I really do need to get better into. So I'm so sorry, guys. There's really not much I can do. But I'm hoping within the next month or two, ideally by the new year, I will get secure internet, much more stable connection, and be able to sort of stream properly and be able to engage with the community properly, and the friends that I've made from the NMSL community, because it's a game that I love and I'm really passionate about. I share that same passion that the community has for it, and Hello Games have for it, and I absolutely love the game. But there's still issues with the game. There's still things that I think that they've neglected, and there's still things that needs to be added to this game. I'm a strong advocate in variation. I think the game needs variation. It has to have variation. Without variation, exploring this wonderful universe that's been given to us, it becomes difficult. Once you've done all the objectives in the game, then you've kind of left with just exploring, and in turn for that you need to have variation to explore. And I think I don't know what it comes down to, why they can't expand the variation. Maybe it's due to hardware, I don't know, but I don't see that as a hardware issue. I believe oh, hello game mode, mate. Thank you for coming back, mate. Again, I'm so sorry about this. I've got a really bad connection, and there's really not much I can do. So if I do cut out again, sincere apologies to everyone that's watching. But yeah, game mode. Same, mate. I've got a long list that I want. I mean, the one biggest thing I want in this game is lava volcanic biomes. I don't see how that's a problem. And to be honest with you, I think that's the one type of biome that is missing from this game. I think we've got pretty much every biome that you could imagine. There's certain things that I don't think they can implement into the game just because of the way that the game is made. People saying about completely frozen lakes. I don't know how they would go around doing that with a procedural game. But lava biomes, I mean, you've got the there's actually, if you go to the abandoned buildings, you'll find, like, the people want waterfalls. There's actually animation from a pipe that looks like it's a waterfall coming down, like water's coming down. So they could use that animation for waterfall. It's very similar to a waterfall feature. Wow, there's a lot to this game. I mean, with Next, there was improvements to the variation. The textures were improved on. The visual look of the game was improved on. But there was also things that I'll be honest, I'll probably set myself up for a fall. I was kind of hoping in the next update that there would be lava planets, and when I found out there wasn't, I was kind of disappointed, because that's been a long requested feature from not just myself, but probably hundreds and thousands of people that have wanted that biome in the game. And they could make volcanic lava planets from the dead planets that we have in the game now. Oh, hello Sky Green Cat, how you doing? I'm very well. How you doing today? Thanks for stopping by, I appreciate it. As I mentioned to game mode, I've got really bad internet, so if I do cut out, bear with me, and I'll try and get back online again and do another live stream. But I'm doing really well. Thank you, Sky Green Cat. How are you today? So yeah, we were just talking about things that we want from No Man's Sky, and as I said, lava planets. But they could use dead worlds and just basically use the river features as lava. And actually the funny thing about that is there's an artist that works at Hello Games called Bu Lam. I think his name is Bu Lam, and on his ArtStation which is a website which all the artists post their work on, he's actually put on there sort of volcanic flora, and there's sort of like very miniature volcano type props, and it just looks fantastic, and there's sort of these trees that look like they're on fire. That would indicate to me that's a volcanic biome that they may be implementing into the game, and I think that's something that should be implemented into the game. But I keep thinking to myself that they're holding back on this for a reason, and one of those reasons is probably related to the lore. The World of Glass. Have we seen that yet? I don't think we have. I don't believe we have seen the World of Glass yet. There's a ton of things in this lore And also another thing, if you, I don't know who's done the frigate missions yet. The other day I had a log come back from the report, and there was mentions of a volcanic planet. So they tried to enter the atmosphere, but due to the temperature, they couldn't enter the atmosphere. So I had to collect the gases. Now, I wish I screenshot that. I didn't, but I was like, whoa! And I'm thinking to myself, is that Hello Games just, you know, subtly implementing, you know, something like that into the future? And I'm thinking, yeah, Hello Games always do this. You know, they always do this. They always put subtle little things into the game to hint that, you know, at a possible future update. You know, like when Foundation come out, we got the data miners found the exocrafts. Not, was it Foundation or Pathfinder? Yeah, no, it was Foundation. And then Pathfinder, there was other stuff related to the story, the fourth race. With Next, there's indications of a pet system, a feeding system. You know, so it's great. You know, I like how Hello Games do that. They always put in these little subtle hints what potentially, you know, they're going to introduce in the future, which is great. Sky Green Cat, just got any tips for the game? Yeah, just have fun. Don't take it too seriously. Just enjoy it. You know, No Man's Sky initially when it was released, not myself, but a lot of other people rushed to the center. You know, when the game was initially released back in 2016, a lot of people were just worried about rushing to the center because there was this big mystery at the center. And they kind of just upgraded very quickly, and they didn't appreciate what the game actually had, and that was, you know, the exploration aspect of it. So don't rush your game, just enjoy it, appreciate the surroundings that you're in, you know, and you could play the game however you want to play it. You can be a fighter, you know, you could be a pirate, you could, you know, be a farmer, you could be an explorer, you know, you can trade, you know, it's entirely up to you how you want to play the game. The way I play the game is I put myself into the game. So I go, what would I do if I was actually in this universe? And that's how I play the game. You know, yes, I've maxed out everything in this normal mode, but you know, I had a day or two where I was just upgrading all the time. That's what I chose to do that day. Other days I've took my time just exploring planets, cataloging, and as I mentioned, I'm part of the No Man's Sky Love Hub. So I like to catalog planets and systems to see if I can find any S-class things like modules, ships, and things like that. So just enjoy the game for what it is. You know, it's there to, you can chill in it. You know, you don't have to take it seriously. There's no end game really. It has a very good story, which tells you a lot about the lore, so you can play that part as well. But if you're not into the story and you just want to explore, you can go off and do that and then go back to the story mode later. But at the beginning of the game, I would say the first hour or two, you kind of have to follow a certain story type thing, and then after that, you're free to do whatever you want. But for Sky Green Cat, feel free to ask me any questions. You know, if you have any other questions you'd like to know, I'm here to help. You know, I've played this game since day one. I actually got the game 2 days before it was officially released, so I played the vanilla version of No Man's Sky, which was 1.00. Affluent, that's what I've been looking for. Let's go there. This may have been discovered though. So I've played every version of No Man's Sky, so I'm pretty knowledgeable about the game. It's my favourite game. You know, if I think about all the hours I've put into No Man's Sky, it must have accumulated anything up to about 2,500 hours, quite easily. But you know, what I would like to know, guys, is well, you know, to get this, you know, get the conversation going. What do you guys want from No Man's Sky in the next update? What would you like to see? You know, I think, you know, feeding back suggestions is great. You know, especially to Hello Games directly as well, because they usually do listen. So yeah, tell me, guys, what would you like to see from No Man's Sky? You know, in the next major update. I wouldn't say like the sort of community event updates, but the next major update. So we're actually in the affluent system. Whoa. Any nice freighters? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Calm down, guys. Calm down. So what we're going to do... actually, I just need to rename the planet as the system. Sorry, not the planet, the system. And what I do, I just use the same names that was procedurally generated. I don't tend to rename the systems. unless it's my own, of course. And then what we do is put the No Man's Sky. Oh, there we go. No Man's Sky love claimed. So what I tend to do, once I land in a system that's undiscovered, and especially if it's got a good, you know, like an affluent system, I will sit here for a little bit and chill and see what interesting ships come along, catalogue them, land on the planet, get the coordinates, and then share it with the community. And that's what I like to do. It's kind of fun for me. So that is kind of exploring, right? That's what I like to do, explore. And also, another thing I like to do is go up here. Oh, game mode, yes. Yes. That's exactly what I want. Rivers, waterfalls, drones, we can fly, volcanoes, and lava, as you said. A small submarine. Right, now, a submarine is something I definitely would like. However, the current state... Oh, this is an A class. Is that worth cataloguing? Not really. In regards to submarine, there needs to be more variation added to the, you know, to the oceans, you know, the underwater. You know, without variation and without reasons to just kind of go into the oceans, it's kind of pointless. But totally agree with you, we need submarines. Rivers, waterfalls, 100%, you know, we need that. I don't know if it's a hardware issue why they can't implement that yet, or they're still trying to learn how to do that. Drones we can fly would be great. I personally want a pet system. I love animals. I've got a dog. I've got a little Rottweiler, and she's actually asleep at the moment. Bless her. She's really tired. And I've always wanted a little pet that I could call whatever I want to call, but it follows me around in the game. You know, you could take your pet into a ship, fly around with it, and it comes out with you and it walks around a little bit like what's that game again? Fallout. Is it Fallout? I think it's Fallout. We have the dog. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. But I'm sure there's a game where the guy has a dog that follows him around. I'm sure it's Fallout, but something like that. So Sky Green Cat says if they add submarines, they need to add underwater training facility. That would be pretty cool. Okay. Oh yeah, see, that's the thing. There is so much potential with the underwater, and you know, in this update they added big improvements to water worlds. I mean, literally, I've discovered the other day a planet that was completely covered with water, and it literally had very small scattered islands. And I scouted this whole planet properly. I didn't just find a section of that planet. I actually flew around the planet, landed, and there was literally little islands dotted around, and it was literally a water world. That was great because a lot of people wanted water worlds. So if you have a planet like that, a water world like that, you need to have something underneath that. You got the fishes and all these weird creatures underneath, but you need to have something underneath there. Maybe like ancient buildings. You know, we have the ancient buildings now, abandoned buildings, but different types of buildings that are specifically put into underwater planets, you know, underwater worlds and things like that, stuff like that, just improvements like that. I know it's a long process with Hello Game because the game is still in development, and this game would be in development for a few more years at least. I don't think Hello Games are done yet. Sean has said himself they're not done yet. It's just a matter of time, resources, developing, community feedback, you know, and basically I'm sure they have a wallboard where they're ticking off stuff. Right, that's done now, that's done now, that's done now. And yeah, there's so much potential with this game. And when the next gen consoles come out, that would be pretty cool. I don't know if Hello Games are going to be looking to porting No Man's Sky to next gen, but I would assume they would have to start everything from the beginning again. I'm not a developer, I don't know how they would do that, but if they did, that would be amazing. I mean, because I'm hearing, this is only speculation, guys, about the PS5. The potentially, our current graphic card, I think is 2 or 3. I don't know what it is, 2-3 gig or something. The next gen PS5 potentially could be 16 gigabyte DDR3 RAM graphic card. So you're talking 4 times more powerful graphic card than what we have now. And obviously the game relies heavily on GPU. So you could imagine the potential of that game, you know, for next gen, better processing speed, better memory, and a game like No Man's Sky would be insane. And we're talking graphic cards which are in comparison to PC graphic cards currently. Now that is only speculation. I read an article, I think a few days ago, maybe a week ago, regarding the PS5. This source wasn't, I would say, a legitimate source, but it's potential. The potential's there, and if it does happen, No Man's Sky potentially going to the next gen console, then we will get all those features. I think we'll get everything and some. Cities, I think they'll implement small cities into it as well. We'll have much better performance. Don't get me wrong, the game performs okay right now, but it isn't great. You know, I have bad days and I have good days. Some days the game works alright for me, other days I just have a really bad performance. And I'm on the base PS4. Sorry guys, I smoke, it's a really bad habit. I hate cigarettes, but I don't know, I don't really smoke too much. I'm trying to cut down. But yeah, the potential is there. But I'm... do I need any of this live support? No, let me have a look. But yeah guys, I mean, great suggestions. Yes, it makes my screen. Yeah, honest to God, game mode. There is times where I play the game, and I'm like, you know, I want to play it, but I can't, and I want to just turn it off. But then 10 minutes later, I'm like, wait a minute, I've missed the game now. I want to play it, and it's one of those games that you love to death, but then it really frustrates you. The performance as well, it comes down to the shaders as well. You know, it's not just necessarily hardware. Rayrod actually confirmed it's not necessarily all down to the hardware. You know, it's how I think something to do with the biomes are constructed with the shaders, GLS shaders, and that's what it all comes down to at the end of the day. Not necessarily the hardware. So I think Hello Games will get there eventually. I hope. I mean, I know a lot of people right now are not happy with the game because of the performance. Like now I'm looking at the screen, you guys may not see it, but I see the frame rate just dropping. Like, especially when you're about to enter the atmosphere of the planet. Oh, this is nice. That looks like a lush planet. I think it is. Yeah, it is. Oh, that is quite nice. Okay. And that's what I want. But what happened to all the nice variants of colours that we used to have? Like the purple grass, the pink grass. Where have they gone? You know, I've wanted all those nice... Oh, I missed them. You know, I don't know. I know Hello Games would have went with a more authentic, legitimate colour palette. Sort of more to our real universe colour palette. But who's to say there isn't purple grass planets out there in the universe? We wouldn't know, would we? So why can't I take it out? I don't know. I didn't understand that, to be honest with you. But, you know, hey-ho. Hey-ho, you know, they're making their own creative decisions, and that's fair enough. You know, they have a vision of where they want this game to go, so that's fair enough, you know. But at the same time, just remember us Hello Games, you know, us die-hard, you know, No Man's Sky supporters who have stuck with you guys from day one. You know, because whoa, look at that tree over there. Okay, I've never seen a tree like that before. Whoa. Okay, I've seen these ones here before. They look like nip trees. Whoa, that is nice. They've actually added... Yeah, game mode, yeah! I've not seen a tree like this before. Wow. I've seen these ones before, but not... And I've seen those little ones there before, but not this one, this orange one. Wow, that is really nice. Well, so what we're going to do, we're going to see what ships come along here, because this is what I like to do. You haven't seen this one either, game mode. That's what I mean. This game surprises you. It does. in fairness to the game, it does surprise you. You know, one day you could be playing the game, you've seen it all before, and then the next day you're playing it and you're like, wait, I've never seen that before. So yeah, wow, those trees are cool. I know not a lot of people like shuttles, but this is kind of like a nice shuttle, and it's an A-class 23/6 slot. Not really worth cataloguing. If it was S-class, I would. So this is what I kind of do, just wait at trading posts. I know it's not very exciting, but I just like to catalogue things, because, you know, there's a lot of people out there, you know, that struggle to find S-class ships and stuff like that, and I like to help people out. What's this one? I like my Fat Gek game mode. What do you think about the Fat Gek? Let me show you, Ian. He's had a few too many Diplo burgers. Look at that belly there. Look at that. He needs to lose bloody weight. We'll get you on the sim fast pan soon enough, my friend. That shuttle is actually quite nice. Well, I can catalogue stuff here anyway, game modes. If you do want a portal dress for anything, you know, especially in the S-class shuttles, I can send them your way, mate. I'm part of the all the No Man's Sky Facebook pages as well. I'm one of the moderators at the main No Man's Sky pages as well. So, you know, if you're part of Facebook or anything and No Man's Sky Facebook pages, don't worry, I'm getting there as well, mate. I've got a bit of a tummy myself. Well, it's probably all the beer I'm drinking. Well, I don't really drink much anymore, to be honest with you. In my 20s I used to. I'm nearly hitting 40, so I've cut down on drinking and everything. And I recently, well, not recently, 2 days ago, came from the doctors, and I'm literally on borderline diabetes, which is not good. So I have to see a consultant this week, at the end of the week, to discuss my diet and everything. So one thing I have to give up is the cigarettes. I don't smoke a lot. I may smoke 3 to 4 cigarettes a day, but they're roll-ups, so I basically smoke and chip it and then may not have it for another hour. But yeah, it's a really horrible habit, and I need to change my diet. I wouldn't say I eat bad, but apparently I do. So, you know, and I know it's all to do with sugar and everything like that. Thanks, my friend, I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Everything will be alright at the end of the day, you know. People can look at it as a downer. I look at it as like a, you know, time to fix up type thing, you know. Oh! I missed it. What was that? Whoa, look at that ring. I've got to say, ring planets are really nice. I just wish there's more to do with them, like the actual, you know, the resources from the rings, because at the moment you can enter the ring itself, you can go onto the rings and mine the resources from the rings, but they don't give you anything. I've actually tested it, so I think Hello Games might be holding back on that and using that, because I think realistically we should be able to harvest from those rings, you know, a specific resource as such. At the moment we have got, oh, that's quite a nice Explorer. B-class 16 slot. Nah. Don't worry, game mode. I'm looking out for you, buddy. I'm going to see if I can find any nice haulers for you. That's C-class. C-class. Not. I mean, for an affluent system, this isn't very good, is it? Yeah, that's a B-class. No, that's no good. I think what we might do. Wait, did I already scan that one? Yeah, I did. This is a really nice planet. What I might do, buddy, if you're still around, I'll show you my my base that I built. I don't know if you've already seen it. Did you get to see it before? Oh yes, satellites. Oh, that would be awesome. I mean, there is so much potential in this game. I mean, think about it. You could add so much to the game. So much. Satellites would be awesome. And with satellites, on your home base, you could have some sort of like warning signal. Like if someone's entering your planet's atmosphere, you would get a warning signal. So like a player, they will see, you know, you would know who's entering your atmosphere, something like that. I don't know. It'd be pretty awesome though. What I would like to see actually game mode is sections of space, you know, that is completely empty, but in that one specific empty bit of space there is like this one planet, and that one planet or system has super rare resource, you know, and this resource could be worth like 1 billion units. And you know, it will take a sort of a collaborative effort with a few of your friends. This is where the multiplayer can come into it, for you to discover and to work as a team, solve a mystery, and then you'll get these coordinates which will then send you to this specific part of space, and you'll gather a resource, a bit like treasure hunting, like what we have now, but much more complex, having to, you know, solve a puzzle of some sort. And I think that's what this game lacks right now. You know, so that's what we need. That's what we need. You know, I don't know how hard it would be for them to implement something like that into this game. I think it would be relatively hard. This is actually kind of cool. Let me have a look at this one. That's a good idea, isn't it, game mode? That's what I'm saying, buddy. There's, honestly, if I'm sure Hello Games do listen to us, because obviously they've implemented a lot of the things that we do want. But they did things like that, you know, and try to do something like that. I think that would make a whole world of difference, especially with the multiplayer aspect. Because the multiplayer aspect right now is basic at best. I mean, yes, you can explore with your friends and stuff like that, but then, you know, if you're looking at it realistically, what can you do with it? Well, you can build a base together, you can go off and explore together, you can do the story together, you could farm together, but really as explorers, we're supposed to, it's like Star Trek. What do? They go out and explore, you know, to undiscovered countries, you know, they go off and find rare new races and planets. And I know Hello Games got a lot of inspiration from Star Trek, without a doubt. If you look at the artistic style, a lot of it's very reminiscent of Star Trek, the old series. Not the modern versions, the old series, which I'm a massive fan of. You know, the ones from the late 60s. I love the original ones with William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy. I absolutely love the original ones. I always watch them on TV. They're on, I think it's on the Horror Channel. I watch them I think it's on at 6 o'clock in the evening. Always watch them, love them. I just think there needs to be more like that implemented into this game, because really as explorers, we need to be surprised more often. Well, not more often, but more than we are now. And I think they could easily, I say easily, but they could implement something, you know, where they create a section of the universe which has a specific type of biome, star system, that has a very rare resource, and it's coded into the game, and they use it as part of lore where you will work as a team to get to that said part of the galaxy, universe, whatever you want to call it, and that's an achievement in itself, and I think that's what needs to be implemented into this game. Without that, the game kind of becomes like, well, what should I do today? Where should I go now? Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll go and explore. You know, which is fine. You know, you'll have those rare moments where you will find something cool. Like we just found those really nice trees together. Those trees are really cool. And it is nice. It is nice. But for me, there needs to be more. You know, I thoroughly enjoy this game. I play the game all the time. Am I bored of the game? No, I'm not bored of it. But do I want more? Yes, because I'm an explorer, and that's what this is why I bought this game initially. I bought this game to explore, and to have those rare moments where I'll be absolutely just flabbergasted and like, oh wow, you know. And I've had those moments in this game. I would say with Next, I've been surprised. But that was the initial reaction when the game was launched. You know, when Next was launched, the update was launched, and it looked completely different, because it did. And there was all these new assets added to the game. There was multiplayer aspects of it, which I haven't really touched into a little bit. I had a little live stream with Mac for a day. Yep, I agree with you, game mode. I agree with you, buddy. We need a war. I think war is coming. I think it's brewing. I think there's a guy on Twitter and on Facebook, and he's been putting these sort of very cryptic posts, sort of like posters, and say war is coming. And I think Cobra covered this in his video a couple of days ago. Now, a lot of people are saying that he is either connected to Hello Games, or he has a sort of a contact within Hello Games that's basically allowed him to start planting seeds to the community about something big is coming. Now, people are saying he's a crazy guy. He's just making this all up to get attention. He's not. I actually follow him on Twitter. I've completely forgotten his name, but he's a very well respected No Man's Sky player, contributor. He does some really fantastic art as well on his Twitter page, and he posts regularly on the No Man's Sky Facebook pages as well. Very well respected. So I don't see him trolling. I think he's 100%. I'm not going to say 100%. I would say he may not know much, but he's been told, listen, you know, he's been emailed privately by Hello Games, someone at Hello Games, and told, right, we like what you do, we like your art, start promoting something for us. We're not going to tell you what, but this is what we want you to use, the slogan, war is coming. And hey ho, it brings up attention, right? It causes a bit of excitement within the community. And I think that's exactly what has been done, what's happened. Hello Games are very smart people. When the ARG started, no one knew about the ARG. They thought it was a troll. They thought it was someone playing games. But it wasn't. It was Hello Games. It was all planted all along. You know, it was all set up all along. And Hello Games have got they forward think about everything. Right, updates out. What should we do now? And lo and behold, this is what they're doing. You know, I'm 100% certain they're plotting something. 100%. What do you think about this one, game mode, buddy? Because I know you like your shuttles. This is actually kind of cute. Actually, also another. I've noticed a lot more variants of ships. It was a cover. I promise you, game mode, 100%. There is something in the works. Because even on the No Man's Sky blog that Sean Murray posted about the community event 1.6,